They've come to celebrate the hangings. But for some members of the Ganajagaron Moncho, a movement calling for the death penalty for those convicted of war crimes, the verdicts have arrived 44 years too late. Independent historians estimate hundreds of thousands of people were killed during the War of Independence from Pakistan in 1971. The Bangladeshi government puts the number at 3 million.
They took our sisters, our daughters, our sons by force and handed them over to the Pakistanis. They tortured them. They looted our wealth. What didn't they do to us? And in return, they became rich and powerful.
Salahuddin Qadir Chaudhry and Ali Ahsan Muhammad Mujahid, the two men who were hanged, certainly were powerful, influential opposition leaders with many supporters. But Human Rights Watch says these trials have been more about a power struggle between the government and the opposition than about justice.
In this case, we had instances of harassment of defense counsel, including one of the lawyers who actually had to go into hiding before this trial because of raids on his office and threats. The problem is that Bangladesh has been cutting corners. If the evidence is there, and many people believe it may be, go through a full, free, fair trial and ensure that historically these are recognized as being prosecutions of the highest standard.
Past war crimes verdicts and executions have resulted in large-scale violence on the streets, with hundreds killed. This time, though, the reaction was far more subdued, in no small part because many say the opposition is in disarray after a prolonged government crackdown.
Those who support the executions are out in a show of force here. But thousands of opposition activists are under arrest or in hiding. We tried repeatedly to speak with opposition leaders and lawyers about their reactions to the executions. They all said they did not feel it was safe to comment.
But the fear remains that the opposition reaction to the hangings could turn violent any moment. A fear reinforced by the shooting of a journalist covering Chaudhry's burial. With the opposition calling for a general strike on Monday, Bangladeshis are worried that the year might end with the same violent street protests that marked its beginning. Mahir Sattar, Al Jazeera, Dhaka.